So once again, I want to welcome all of you to today's online meeting. So today we're going to talk about Zinzino. Now, Zinzino is a global health and wellness company from the Scandinavia, from Sweden, from Norway region. Now, I'm going to talk about, of course, the product philosophy that Zinzino has. I'm also going to talk about what this company's background is all about. And of course, at the end of the meeting, I'm going to talk about the business potential that we have for this company. Now, okay, I'm going to start by introducing myself. My name is Mikhail. Um, I'm the sales and marketing director for Zinzino Malaysia, and I'm really glad to be meeting any of you today. Okay, now as the sales director for Zinzino Malaysia, I'm going to talk about. I would like to welcome all of you to Zinzino, global health and wellness company from the Scandinavia region, and let's before we start, let's think about the Scandinavian lifestyle. You know the IKEAs, you know the Ericssons of the world. So you would imagine that the Scandinavian lifestyle would be a clean or functional or really science-based or science-driven kind of a company. So that is actually the DNA of this Zinzino business opportunity that I'm going to share with you today. Today, we're going to talk about how we can position ourselves, if you would like to choose to, how we can position ourselves at the forefront of the global health revolution. So our mission at Zinzino is really, really simple. We want to inspire change in life, just like what is written on the slide here. But we don't just talk about it, because we have a proof to prove that what we talk about is real. Now, before I begin, I want to ask one question. We as human beings, especially in Malaysia or in the Asia region, we all share the same goal actually. Okay, you and I, although our background, our lifestyle is different, but I believe that we all share a similar goal, which is we want to feel good, we want to stay fit, we want to stay healthy, and we want to be happy. So it's like the universal language. It's a universal human desire. But the fact of life in Malaysia and the whole world is actually that there is already a massive gap between what we want and what the reality of today's health care is happening. Let me ask you one question. Now, with the advancements of human technology or health technology or supplements, we get all sorts of new different kinds of supplements every single day. But with all these medical advancements and health related problems, may I ask you whether the people who are sick today in the whole world or in Malaysia, are sick people increasing or are sick people reducing with all these medical advancements? Now, you and I, we know the answer. There are more and more people who are sick nowadays. Okay, if we go to the general hospitals, we go to medical facilities, we can see there are not enough beds in the medical facilities. Now, what is the reason behind all this? Now, medical tech has been improving every single year, but yet sick people have also been increasing every single year. So we want to ask ourselves why. Okay. Now, I want to put an image in front of your mind. You see, imagine that our house is burning, but it's burning inside the walls. From outside, we see the paint, the facade of the house is still okay, looks fresh, nothing is missing. But the problem is the house is burning from inside. So all the wiring, everything is all melting inside. We don't see the fire, we don't smell the smoke until we see that the roof is collapsing. Okay. Now that is what is happening with most of us in the whole world. There's one big word I want to share with you today, which is inflammation. Okay. In Bahasa, we call keradangan, 发炎. Okay, inflammation. The problem with inflammation is that it is like a silent fire that's happening within ourselves, within our bodies, that is doing harm to more than 97% of us in Malaysia. We have proof of it. We have numbers to back us up. I'm not just throwing out numbers randomly. Now, with this problem, with inflammation happening in most of us, we all look fine. You look at my face, I look at you, we look in the mirror, we all look fine. The problem with our blood, our cells, every single part of our body is telling us different story. That the body is on fire. Health-related problems are actually skyrocketing, but we're not noticing it. So again, we want to ask why. Now, historically, we ate really healthy from Mother Nature. Okay, our parents, our grandparents, they used to have food which is full of vitamins, full of minerals, full of nutrients, and a perfect balance of omega-3 and omega-6. Okay, but what happens nowadays? We eat synthetic food. We eat man-made food. We eat food that has been processed over and over again. We eat food which is high in sugar, high in unwanted fats, okay, empty calories. We just eat calories without much of a nutrient in our food. And this is really dangerous because in our food, it is really low in nutrients. It is also really low in fiber and healthy fats. When I talk about healthy fats, there are two kinds of fats which is really essential to our body, and yet our body cannot make it. We cannot synthesize these fats, okay? The answer is omega-6 and omega-3. Now, our body, we need all these in order to keep a balance of inflammation in our body. The best answer, the best balance is to have omega-6 to omega-3 of 1:1 ratio. That would be perfect, okay? Our ancestors, they had it in the past, before 1900s, before 1800s, they used to have it. But because of what we eat, with the kind of processed foods and the imbalance of nutrients in our food, all this has shifted. By the 1960s, it shifted to 3:1, which is still okay because scientists would tell you that a ratio of within 5:1 is acceptable. Okay, but the fact of life is nowadays it's 2020. It's already 2026. The average ratio in the whole world has gone really out of control. In APAC, in Asia Pacific region, where we are, in Malaysia, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, in our region, our average rate of omega-6 to omega-3 has gone up to 22:1. That's based on the figures that we have. We are literally totally out of balance at a cellular level. And when this balance is out, there are a few things happening in our body. If you look at this, there are a few major important consequences, including reduced brain function. You would think that, oh my God, I'm forgetting my keys, I'm forgetting my specs. And you'll be thinking that this is because, okay, I got age already, I'm 40, I'm 50 years old, I'm supposed to be forgetting stuff. No, that is not supposed to happen if we are able to take care of our body. So we look at hair quality, reduced heart function, skin loses elasticity, organ functions, and joint and muscle pain. You'll be thinking, I'm 30 years old, I'm 40 years old, I'm 50. My joints are supposed to be aching when I climb up or climb downstairs. When I go to exercise, it's supposed to ache. No, I would argue that it is not supposed to ache if we are able to take care of the balance of omega-6 to omega-3 in our body. You may or may not feel it right now, but the body is giving you signals. The body is struggling. It is giving you signals all the time. No matter if you sleep for, let's say, 8 hours or 10 hours a day, you still feel lethargic. You still feel tired because of what? Because of the imbalance of omega-6 and omega-3 that causes inflammation in our body. So too much of omega-6 in our diet, in which I believe if you use cooking oils, seed oils and processed foods, canned foods, all this, you will have too much of omega-6, just like what is shown on the graphic here. You see, most of us, 97, 98% of us, we have too much of omega-6. We've got no problem in that department. The problem is we've got too little of omega-3. I'm a city boy. I grew up in the city. I don't have an opportunity to eat too much of fish every single day, unless if I choose to. And that would mean a problem for me, people like you and myself. We've got too little omega-3, right? So if we don't have enough omega-3, what's going to happen to our body? Now, I was talking about inflammation being one of the important issue that's happening to our body. Another issue is that it is our cell. Now, we've got tens of trillions of cells in each of our body. You may different number, but trillions of cells. And each and every single one of our cells, they function independently and interdependently. So each of the cells, they have to talk to each other. Now, let's imagine one of our cells is like house, our condo, our office unit. We've got security guards, right, guarding the condo to our unit, guarding our office units, right? But for most of the people, like I was repeating myself, for 97 to 98% of us, the security guard to your cell in your body has gone crazy. Okay? Your security guard is not letting any nutrients or water or oxygen into your cell, and the security guard is not letting any toxins out of your cell. It has gone crazy. That's the issue you have in your body when you don't have enough omega-3. Your cells, cells make up of your tissues, in your body, and tissues make up of organs. Organs make up of systems, in your body, and systems, your eight major systems to make up of your whole body, you yourself. So when your cells are not healthy, your body is not healthy. And essentially, if you don't treat the balance of omega-6 and omega-3 in your body seriously, your cells are essentially living in a concrete bunker, okay? Suffocating your cells. You cannot go out, toxic stuff cannot go out, healthy, nutrients cannot come in. That's what's happening with your cells. So you look at the graphic on my slide. The red cells, that's practically what your body is going through right now. Nutrients cannot come in, oxygen, water cannot come in, but toxins cannot go out. Our cells are supposed to look like the green one, Stuff can come in, healthy, needed, necessary stuff, nutrients can come in, and then waste materials can go out. That's supposed to happen to our cells. And another issue that I've been talking about repeatedly, chronic inflammation is happening in your body. Your body, my body, it's happening without us noticing. You think that, this here ache, there pain, that's supposed to be normal. But no, I would argue with you, the result of this imbalance of omega-6 and omega-3 is causing chronic inflammation. But how do you know if chronic inflammation is happening in your body? Let us take a look at this checklist. Do you have any of these symptoms every single day? Let's take a look. Do you feel frequent fatigue? No matter like how many hours you sleep for, 7 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, when you wake up, you still feel tired. Are you feeling that? And you think that that is normal? Do you have these skin issues? Your skin is prone to itchiness, allergy and eczema. Although you put on cream, that the doctors is giving you. You change all the clothes, you burn all your tilam. Nothing works, right? You've done everything, but still your skin is prone to all this allergy, unexpected ache in muscles, joints, and you'll be thinking that we are aging already. We're supposed to have all these issues. No. I've met with so many, senior citizens who take care of their own body and they're feeling perfectly well. They don't have all these issues. So where's the gap? Where's the gap of health? And I can tell you safely, okay, of what we've learned over the many years and many months in the past with Zinzino, that if we are able to solve one issue, that is the fire which is burning inside you, if we are able to put out the fire, we feel so much better. You feel so much better. So if you've been following me, you know that the fire I've been referring to would be inflammation. Chronic inflammation that is happening in your body, in my body, has been happening every single day. It's just like a non-stop alarm bell that's ringing in your body if you don't take care of your omega-3 and omega-6 balance. And naturally, if you want to take out that fire, put out that fire, the best choice that we could have to take is to have enough omega-3. Enough omega-3 in our diet, in our body. But how? How do we know if we have enough? Okay. As I was saying, the ideal ratio is to have a 3 part to 1 part of omega-6 to omega-3. That would be ideal. But as numbers has been telling us, we've been having more than 20 to 1. In Malaysia, the number is 22 to 1. Okay. In other countries, most other countries are different. Okay. But in Malaysia, I can safely tell you the number has been 22 to 1. Okay. That's for Malaysians. Now, how do we know where we are? Whether are we in a safe zone or are we in the dangerous zone? Now, here in Zinzino, I would like to first introduce to you there's one test, what we call the balance test. So globally, we've been doing this for about 12, 13 years. Okay. In Europe region, we've been doing it for 13 years. But in Malaysia, we've been doing it for 2 to 3 years. Okay. And we've gotten some amazing numbers. But before I show you the numbers, allow me to show you one short video that demonstrates how this balance test works. How does it work to identify the balance of omega-6, omega-3s, and different fatty issues, fatty acids in your body is contributing to the general health of your body. So let's watch this video together. Apologies for not having any music, but allow me to explain. So in this balance test kit, you have all the tools you need to take 2 drops of dry blood, okay, from you. Now, granted, this is a very personalized test kit. You can do it yourselves at home. Okay, no one's gonna know your numbers unless you wanna disclose them. So what you do is you get 2 drops of blood onto the blotter, onto the card. Allow it to dry because we don't need your blood at all. We just want the dry blood cells, okay, that you can get from your samples. Now put it into the envelope that we have prepared for you. Seal it up. Stick the address of Zinzino's office address. You either mail it back to us, you hand it to one of our partners. What we'll do is every single week we will batch, okay, send all these test kits, these test samples to Norway, to Oslo in Norway, in which the independent lab called Vitas, you can look it up. The name of the lab is called Vitas. They will perform all these tests. Okay, so we in Zinzino, we've been working with Vitas for about 11, 12 years. So they are one of the top independent lab in the whole world. Okay, if you ask me, can I do this test in Malaysia? I'm sorry, we've tried asking around. There's no such test because none of the test labs in Malaysia or Southeast Asia, or I believe so in the whole Asia itself, none of these laboratories, they have the equipment or the robotic machines to be able to perform all these tests, in which the machines will take your blood cells and analyze the membrane and the structure of the cells, your blood cells, and to identify what is the inflammation ratio and what are the numbers in terms of fatty acids that you personally have. Now, One note is that when you do this balance test, do not lose the number. There's a cheat in it that has your own ID. Don't lose that because no one else has that number. It is only with that ID you'll be able to go to Vita's website to check your own results in about 2 to 3 weeks. Now, so back to Vitas. Now, Vitas is an independent laboratory. It's a GMP lab. They've been around for about 30 years, longer than Zinzino, 20 years now. Vitas have always, I mean, they do other types of tests like drug tests or everything, but they've also been a partner of Harvard, Cambridge, King's College, MIT, Oslo, so on and so forth. But we've been working with them, we've been partnering them to analyze our clients, our customers' blood test report for the last 12, 13 years. Okay. And the result, allow me to show you the latest results. I've just got this number this morning. Okay. And for the last 12, 13 years, Zinzino has sent about 1.6 million tests, okay, to Vitas. And if I were to ask you, out of these 1.6 million tests of people around the whole world, how many people would pass the test of the omega-6 to omega-3 of 3 to 1 or better? What would be your guess? Okay. At first, when I saw this report, my guess is probably about 60 to 40. Okay, 60 being those people who fail, and 40% of people would pass the test. But the actual result really surprised me. It shows us that in the whole world, although every region, every country has different numbers, but in the whole world, averagely, 97% of people around the world would fail the test. Now, let's look at Asia. Asia is even worse. It says that 98% of people would fail the test. So when I first joined Zinzino, when I look at the business opportunity of Zinzino, I was thinking about what's the potential of Zinzino in the whole world, not let alone in Malaysia. So when I look at these numbers, I got a big light bulb, bing, out of my forehead. It tells me that 98% of Malaysians are out of balance. 97 of the whole world are out of balance, which means that there is a huge potential of our business in the whole wide world. Let me show you what's the number for Malaysia. This also a number I got today out of Malaysia. So for the last 2.5, 3 years, Malaysians, we've done about 9,000. 9,000 Malaysians have done the test. The more interesting number is the one which is coming next, which says that average for people who've done the test in Malaysia, the balance of omega-6 to omega-3 is supposed to be 3 to 1, right? But yet, average people in Malaysia who've done the test, they average at about 22 to 1. Okay? Again, bing bing, I look at the potential of Zinzino helping more people around Malaysia. That's the potential, because most of the people, 98% of people, are out of balance. And we are really seriously out of balance. It's 22 to 1. It's not even 5 to 1 or 7 to 1. Now, another number which has given me a lot of confidence is the third number, which is average omega-6 to 3 balance based on second test. These are customers who have done the first test, of course, 22 to 1, but they have also done their second test, third, fourth test, and so on. Now, on average, those who have done their second test, the average number is 3.6 to 1. Now, what does this tell us? Okay, which it tells us that people who have done the first test, average is 22 to 1, but those people who have done that second test, the average is 3.6 to 1. A massive improvement in reducing the inflammation ratio, inflammation factor in our body. After 3 months, 2 months, or 2, 3, or 4 months of using Zinzino's products, all our customers have seen improvements. Okay, that is the one of the facts why I choose to work with or partner with Zinzino. What we're doing here is really, really noble, because we are sharing what is right in terms of health to the people around us. And we are really, really sure that they can gain a very, very good result after 2, 3, or 4 months. Okay. So again, back to the test itself. If you've done this test, if you've not done this test, I really, really urge every single one of you to go and do your own balance test. Okay. With or without taking our products, I'm fine. But at least you do the test and you know your numbers for sure. Okay. Because if you don't know your numbers, it's just like us taking vitamins, taking multivitamins or whatever vitamins without a test. It's just like driving in the dark. Okay. It's going to be a mess. If you turn off your lights and just drive in the dark, you don't know what you're bound to happen to you, right? So Zinzino's test-based nutrition is your GPS, right? Because we know exactly where the status of your body or status of your health currently are. And then we also know how to take you to where you want your body to be. We have the proof, in writing, right? Not in writing, right? In your cell phone. You can have your own numbers, you have your own reports in your phone, so as you know where we're going. All right. So if you've done your first test and then you go on the Zinzino's, our health regime of taking the balance oil to balance your body, get your fatty acids back to normal. And after 3 months, after 4 months time, you do a second test. Okay. Our truth is the 120-day truth. If you give us 120 days and follow what we teach you to do, we are very, very sure that we can help you bring your body back to balance. Okay? Every other company out there, health nutrition companies out there, they will talk to you, they will tell you to trust them, to trust in their testimonies. But here in Zinzino, we don't tell you to trust us. You don't even have to trust me. All you gotta do is just to trust your own numbers. Okay, do the test. Give us 120 days. If it doesn't improve, that means we fail. And our numbers, the numbers that I see, we don't fail. Okay, so look at all the clients or all the customers that have been with us. They all have improvements. All right. So we're really confident that we can help you to bring you back into balance in 120 days. Many of our customers, they can't even wait for 120 days. After like 2 months or 3 months, they will start to do their second test. You see? So we can help you get a normal brain function, normal hair, heart function, joints. These are confidence that we give to all our customers. All right. So our scientific advisory board, these are top scientists. Take a screenshot of this, what I'm showing here today. Google about these guys. They are the top scientists around the world who has been advising us in Zinzino how we should R&D, how we should produce our balance or our products that can help a lot of people. So it's not so much about marketing we're talking about. It's about science. If you look into Dr. Paul Clayton, Dr. Ola Adi, Dr. Angela Rizzo, these are top people from around the world. And these experts, they are, the mind behind what we've been doing in Zinzino. Now, our flagship solution is, of course, the balance oil. So if fish oil is not something new to you, then I really, really would implore you to go and try the balance oil. Okay, take the test, try our balance oil. This is not just an ordinary fish oil. Okay, I've been taking omega-3 in soft gel or in liquid form for about 20 years. I've been taking it for 20 years. But when I tried the Zinzino balance oil, this is so much difference. It's not just fish oil. It's a synergistic formula of 60% high grade small fish oil extracts and about 40% of pre-harvest premium extra virgin olive oil. The reason we have the extra virgin olive oil is because the polyphenols in the olive oil will become the protector, okay, of the omega-3s that we have in the balance oil. And that's actually our secret. I think it's an open secret of the polyphenols that can keep our fish oil really fresh and really potent, okay, even after we drink it into our body. So a comparison of lab numbers in which we test all these different types of oils. We give it a really stringent test. We boil it under 70 degrees in the lab, and yet balance oil every single time. It turns out in the oxidation test, it turns out really good. Now, I've asked my nutritionist from before why when I take other brands of fish oils, in about 30 minutes or 1 hour, I will feel the fishy taste, the rancid taste, other brands. But with Balance Oil, I've been taking this for almost half a year, but yet never a single time when I drink it, or even after 30 minutes, after 1 hour, I will never feel the kind of rancid, fishy taste. The difference, my nutritionist told me, the difference is because of the polyphenols. Yeah, I've been telling you, polyphenols from the olive oil, which has been protecting the freshness, the potent of the omega-3 fish oil. Okay. Here in Zinzino, we have two kinds of balance oil. The first, which is balance oil plus, sourced from really fresh and small fish. We have very, very high. You can compare. You take a bottle of balance oil and look at the food labeling behind it and compare to, I would dare you to compare it with any omega-3 supplements out there in the market. Pound for pound, ml for ml, I've never seen such a really, concentrated and potent dosage of EPA, DHA, and DPA in balance oil. I've never seen it any other brands that has come close to what we have. So apart from balance oil, we also have a vegan solution, and again, super high in DHA. We've never seen, ml compared to ml. Never seen such a high potent omega-3 solution that we found. So all these are really great news, when we are going into business with Zinzino. Hopefully, if you are here in the Zoom today, we're here to look for a business platform that we want to build our business on. So first, we got to make sure that the solution, the product solution, or the service that we offer is really impeccable. Okay, no one can challenge. That's the first prerequisite I look into when I chose Zinzino as my platform partner. You see, we don't want to go out there and share a product or a service that people can challenge. Okay, so here in Zinzino, I can say it's almost impeccable. I've looked into multiple angles of the product or services that we can offer. Apart from that, these are things that gives us a lot of assurance. Halal, informed sport, friends of the sea, GMP, kosher, keto, all these certificates and assurance that global organizations have offered us. So our products, our tanks is suitable from infants of 6 months to people of up to 100 years. Now don't ask me what happens to people of 101 years old. Okay, obviously, we can all take this. I mean, at different age, we will experience different advantages or benefits of taking the balance oil. We've seen so many. Now, this Zinzino is the first company in my 23 years of experience, the first company that can put official 18 health claims onto the PowerPoint, onto our website even, okay? Because we've got 1.6 million people who have done their test, and hundreds of thousands of them have done their second, third, fourth test. So with all these numbers, it proves to us that the product really works. Not only for you, not only for me, but for hundreds of thousands of people around the world. That's why we can safely put all these health claims, and these health claims are approved by EFSA, the European Food Safety Authorities. They approved us that we can talk about normal health, heart function, brain function, fetus and breastfeed infants. All these we have proof that the products can help our clients, our customers improve their health. Okay. So more than 95% of those who are taking Zinzino Balance supplements, they can go back to balance in about 120 days. That's the guarantee that we are offering. So first of all, balance oil, balance test, impeccable. Nowhere we can challenge. So this is something we can feel so safe when we go out and share with our clients. Okay, we go and market our products. So apart from that, we also offer xenobiotic. Okay, this is a very, very comprehensive prebiotic supplement that can help us to restore our gut health. And apart from that, we also have super antioxidant to support our immune system. This is called the Velexer. It is a liquid form supplement, very tasty and very good to restore our antioxidants. Okay. And of course, we also have from inner health, we go to outer health. We also have, 24-hour youth formula skin serum that can help us looking awet muda every single day. Now, our products, granted, is not only for you, for me, for every single people who are professional sports person. They are Olympic gold medalists, world champions. These are people who cannot afford to take a wrong product, okay, to help boost their own energy, stamina, and so on. These are people who are really informed. They don't compromise on what they take. And why should we compromise? You and I, because our bodies are equally valuable. Our families is equally valuable. What people who we love, we shouldn't compromise. That's why I implore to you, if you want to choose a food supplement and omega-3 supplement, let's choose the best. Okay. Now, moving from this the gas-based nutrition to test-based, now we are moving over to talking about Zinzino as a business opportunity. Now, granted, I've told you the market is huge out there because 98% of people, of Malaysians, we fail our balance test. Okay. Which means that out of a 33, 34 million population in Malaysia, more than 30 million people will need what we are offering. Okay. The issue, the next question is how do we tackle this market gap so that you and I, we can build a humongous business, a referral business out of Zinzino. Okay. So back to what kind of company Zinzino is all about. I have started by telling you that we are a Scandinavian company. We focus in test-based nutrition, and we're doing it for almost 20 years. Okay, we are a public listed company. We are listed on the Nasdaq First North, and all over the world, we deliver our products, our services to more than 100 countries. So you could be sitting in Malaysia, you could be sitting in Kuala Lumpur, you could be sitting in Kota Kinabalu, but you can be doing your business globally just by the click of your cell phone, just by the click of your finger, tip of your finger. So this is another reason why I choose to work with Zinzino, because we are a global company that you can partner with to build your business empire all over the world. Okay, all within the touch of your fingertip. Okay, now throughout the whole world, there are more than 500 million people who are already taking omega-3. But the problem, I was one of the 500 million people. I've been taking omega-3s for 20 years, but yet 97% of us, we failed our balance test. So there's a big, big problem with what kind of omega-3s that we've been taking. So in Zinzino, we have a vision in which we want to bring by the year 2050, we want to bring 1 billion people in the whole world to test the balance test, to get tested. So do you see the market potential that we are aiming for? Okay. It is a one world, humongous business opportunity. So next up, I'm going to talk a bit about the potential of the Zinzino business. Okay. So if you're not yet a partner, I would like to welcome you to become a partner with Zinzino. Okay. Why do we want to become a partner? Why are we here today in this online meeting together? What do we want to have? Okay. Do you want to build a business? Do you want to make more money, or do you want to become more happy? Do you want better health for yourself or the people around you, people that you love? Do you want to make more money? I've been repeating myself. Or are you seeking to provide for people that you love? Or a better lifestyle, or do you want to travel the world, 5-star experience? Now all these are things that we want to have. We want to have health, we want to have wealth, we want to have freedom. We want to drive a nice car, We're going to build a legacy of business. Now, Zinzino, I can safely tell you, I've been studying this company for a couple of years. I've been looking into the business plan of Zinzino, and I believe that if you have a will to build a business with Zinzino, they can deliver. Okay. So for the next 5 minutes, I want to briefly talk about how we can get started as a partner and build a humongous business with Zinzino. Now, to become a partner, it's really simple. All you got to do is just to choose and join us by selecting one of the 3 partner kits. You can choose the basic partner kit, you can choose the advanced partner kit, or you can choose the ultimate partner kit. Now, I can tell you, in Malaysia, in the reports that I see, there are more than 85% of people who would join us using the ultimate partner kit. Of course, the first reason is because you can get the best savings. You can save up to 60%. But the more important thing is that you can get your return on your investment fast. Okay. If you join as an ultimate partner kit, the UPK, you can get your full refund. Okay. When you acquire 25 premium customers within a year of purchasing the kit. Okay. More details, but that's basically the gist of it. So if you buy a McDonald's franchise and you, let's say you sell 100,000 burgers, do you think McDonald's is going to give you back your startup key, your franchise fee? No. McDonald's is not going to give you back your investment. But here in Zinzino, we do. All you got to do, repeat myself, all you got to do is to maintain your active account every single month. And at the end of the year, you get 25 premium customers, end of your first year. And the company is going to bound to refund you your UPK, your investment. We're going to refund to you. So basically, this is a risk-free business. You've got zero risk in doing this business. And on top of that, you'll be earning a big income. What do I mean by that? I'm going to talk to you about a fast start program in which the company is going to reward new partners really, really handsomely if you follow the steps and follow the systems. Okay? Now, our compensation plan, we guarantee about 50% of the revenue is being paid back to our partners as commissions and as trips and everything. Okay? That means 100 ringgit of sales, we're going to pay back 50 ringgit to our partners. Okay? How are you going to get all these? Now, if you service your customers, just like I was talking about, you are bound to earn cash bonuses, loyalty refunds and Z rewards. So our compensation plan will allow you to create an active income and also a residual income. Now, as an A team member with 25 customers, you can earn up to 20% of the cash bonus, and there are also other monthly bonuses. Now, if you are as a top team 200 or higher, you are looking at actually a 91,000. Okay, we've calculated here more or less 91,000 in annual income just by servicing your customers. But if you were to have a vision to really build a business, we look at the leverage income. Now, this leverage income is what we call how we can start with a 120-day fast start plan. Okay. Now, the 120-day fast start plan is really simple. There are just 4 steps you got to do in this fast start in 120 days. Now, these 4 steps include, number 1, all you got to do is to refer the Zinzino products to 4 customers. If you can do it in 30 days, the company is going to reward you with a 500 ringgit fast start. Okay, that's the first step. The second step, all you got to do is to enroll 2 partners, okay, of UPK into your team. If you can do that, you'll be earning fast start bonus of 2,000 ringgit and so on and so forth. Yeah, just by getting your basic team set up, you are bound to be making more than 9,250 ringgit of fast start in 4 months time. And if I include all your team commissions and so on and so forth in that 4 months, you are looking at a total potential income of more than 12,000 ringgit in 4 months time. Okay. Now, I've seen so many people who has done it not in 4 months time. Some of them, they do it in 3 months. Some of them do it in 2 months, some 1 month, some 2 weeks, some even do it in just 1 week's time. And they can be getting a potential income of even more than 12,500 plus bonuses. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go through all these. If you follow the system that Zinzino's people, our partners, have been doing, you could be looking at a part-time income of 4,500 as an executive, a part-time income of more than 20,000 ringgit a month as a diamond lead partner, or a part-time income of more than 60,000 a month as a crown partner. And that is not it, because I've seen so many of our partners, they've been making, like I was saying, executive 4,500 average monthly income. So it depends on how much you want to make as a partner with Zinzino. If you want to become a diamond in Zinzino, the average income is about 20,000 ringgit. If you are a crown partner, the average income is about 60,000. Now, granted, some will be making less, some more, some making probably 50,000 a month, some making 70, 100,000 a month, but average income is about 60,000 in Zinzino. Okay. Now, we are a public listed company, so all our numbers are all public. See, we have to publish our annual report, quarterly report, so you can see all these in our website. Okay, it's all public info. Now, as an ambassador partner, you could be making an average of 120,000 ringgit a month. That kind of crazy money that top CEO in Malaysia are making. If I go a bit more, presidents on average, presidents are making an average of 250,000 ringgit a month. That is kind of unbelievable money that I don't know what kind of people are making this kind of money, and they are making it as a residual income month after month, week after week. And that is not all. You can even go up to 1-star global president, 2-star, 3-star, so on and so forth. The potential is just endless. And here in Malaysia, here in Zinzino, we're just getting started, because after 20 years, we are looking at 1 million customers this year. Okay. And yet, in about 10 years' time, we'll be climbing up to 20 million customers. So the potential is just really endless. And again, we are a company which has been growing for 20 years on the trot. We have not stopped growing. Every single year, we are growing 2 digits at least. Last year, we closed at about 300 something million US dollars. So every single year, we are growing. The wave is coming. So do you want, when the wave is coming, the ombak is coming, do you want to surf the wave, or you want to watch it just pass by? So this is one big reason why I want to partner with Zinzino. Now today, I'm really coming to the end of the presentation, but I'm really happy that all of you have joined me today to learn together, to evaluate, or to make a choice. Okay. Now, if you have got any value out of my sharing today, let's make a choice. Okay. Let's not just let everything just pass by. If you are here and you've gotten maybe something that what I've been sharing with you, make a choice to either become a customer and save your health, or become a partner and save our financial future. Okay? Let us all shape our future together, because we know for a fact that the next 10 to 25 years, human beings, our health is going to change drastically. And Zinzino wants to play a big part of that change. So who is ready to get started? I would urge you, I would implore you to talk to your friend or your partner who has invited you to today's meeting and ask them, how do I get started? If you want to talk to me, no problem. Just come to our office in PJ Jaya 1. You can always text me or come meet me. We can all discuss about the future of Zinzino and your future, okay? Your nutrition future together. So again, if you're not tested yourself yet, let's get tested. If you're not started on the balance journey, let's get started. I want to welcome every single one of you to Zinzino, and I want to thank you for your time spending online together. Thank you all.